So I made some changes. I'll just turn this.
See that, Chief? Okay. Yeah, okay. Take it slow.
Just pause that. Yeah, I made some changes. Just mainly to the Earth, how it's designed now. And normally you have like sort of a core in the Earth. It's sort of magma and really hot fire, like it's almost cold fire. It's so hot. And the thing about that is, the more you do on Earth, the more that fire gets hotter, and then you know eventually the Earth crust sort of melts. So it doesn't take much for a fissure to happen in the middle of a country and spark off a new volcano. Because volcanoes, we look at them and think, oh, a mountain becomes a volcano. A mountain shoots out, ash and all that. It can happen in a flat desert, and it will form a volcano. That's what a volcano is. It's where the magma and everything bursts out, creates a volcano. That's how mountains are made. So, there was a time Earth was all flat. It was just a flat sphere, and then it heats up. All the volcanoes form. Everest was a volcano that built and then slowly eroded down to what it is. And a lot of the mountains were much bigger, probably twice as big as they are. Everest would have been double the size at one point, and it slowly eroded just from rain and weather and lightning storms and snow and avalanches and things. So. So it's not unusual when you have human beings on the planet that we're doing a lot of work, a lot of industry. We're part of nature. I never divide myself from nature. What we're doing is creating a more complex design, and that filters down into the Earth's crust and the Earth's core. And the Earth to me is so small now. I can basically do anything I want with it. Really, I mean. I could turn it into a sponge, but it just wouldn't suit probably the rest of the whole cosmos. So you got to think about the rest of the cosmos. How are we going to fit this into our plans, into the rest of the working nature of the universe without changing it all at once? So to change the whole universe at once would be a big effort. Not impossible. If you create a new one, then change the old one. The new one would have to be mega times the size of the old one. So the old one's as big as an orange in your hand. So, to shift into that new one and then have this universe as an orange, then you can do what you want with it. You can just a magician or a wizard, which is what I'll probably become in the new universe. I'll become like a wizard with the universe in my hat or something. So I'll be like, the world will be spinning. You'll see the world in my hat. I'll turn the universe probably into my hat, like a wizard's hat. And you'll be able to see where we were. You'll be able to see all the stories. It'll be like a new TV sort of set. You'll be able to see anything, any story, anything we've ever done in that wizard's hat. You'll be able to sit it there or project all the imagery around the world. You'll be able to sit inside of it and look. And it'll be beautiful, because ultimately that's who I am at heart. Is the Wizard of Oz, or whatever you want to call that wizard that invented everything, the creator. I'm that small speck of him, which talks on behalf of the rest of me. I'm not divided from myself. I'm totally on song with who I want to be in the new universe, and this old one will probably, I'd say, become my hat, but I'll be able to do anything with it. I'll be able to throw it around and turn it into a ball, or throw it in the air, it will fly around, and I'll be able to create things from it. It'll be a creational pool. I'll be able to make a pool out of it, like a well, have things fly out of it, unicorns, whatever. I'll be able to create anything from it. The processes down here, I want to make them more, less stress, less. That's why I'm always saying, government, just put some more money in. That's all. That's all we're asking. A little bit of money just to make things a bit more fun to do, finding work more fun, so we can love the work we're doing, not just feel we're suffering through it, or we're prostituting our children, or it's creating a bad karma, a very evil spirit over the world, which is very selfish and greedy. And you don't want that coming out of a wizard's hat. You know, you want beautiful things like flowers and anything you can possibly dream of coming out of that. So that's the ultimate vision of the universe for me. I mean, SpongeBob SquarePants and he'll be like the Christ. SpongeBob SquarePants will be like the Christ in the new universe, a savior. So I don't have to be that. You know, he can be like the happy, funny guy. He'll have his friends. You know, Patrick the Starfish and whatever you want to call him. I know you think it's all copyright, but blah, blah, blah. It's all part of the universe. I don't care about copyright too much. As long as it doesn't impinge on your health, you know, if you're unhappy, people are doing bad things to you, it's affecting your health, then that's wrong, you know, that's sin. So just take care of people's health, you know. If you've taken something from someone, like a script or something, and you made a movie, invite them to bloody well see it. Invite them over to see it. If you've stolen something, invite them to your house to enjoy playing with it or whatever. Be kind to each other. Be happy, you know. We want a beautiful magic hat out of this universe which creates beautiful things, not just technology, but, you know, anything. I want to be able to create anything from this world once I've finished, and it doesn't have to take a long time. I only have to wake up in the new universe and then pick up this universe in my hand, and it can just be a little orange in my hand or a little apple or whatever. It'll be like the apple and turn it into a magic well or a magic hat or whatever. And but in a sense, I've already done. I've birthed a new universe. It's already bigger than this one, so it's growing, and soon I'll go into that. You know, eventually, it could take 100 years, might take 10 years, might take 1,000,000 years, might take 1,000 years. You don't know. I mean, time is irrelevant with creation because time is created with creation. So you can just create time on any scale you want. Really, it's all relative. So. So yeah, what I was getting back to is Earth will probably just become a metal sphere. It won't have soil, it won't have dirt, it won't have sort of bugs and things. Bugs will have grown up into beautiful little furry cats and more palatable, funny little toys. I've noticed the Asian sort of people, they tend to like those funny little toys that you make out of furry, cuddly things, and they're very tactile. I think the Asian and Japanese and Chinese, even Koreans, and they like cuddly, furry things and things to touch and play with, and a lot of the world's very cute, you know. We think of it as very savage and, you know, ninjas, but on the opposite scale, they're very cuddly, very furry, very happy. You know, you see the manga, the anime, it's very happy, you know, a lot of joy and a lot of peace, and there is fighting, but usually it's very quite magical with magic swords. I like all that stuff. I'd like to be able to, you know, just invent a warrior that comes out and, you know, do anything out of the hat or the universe or the you know, the stars. The processes for that creation. So say you call something from your hat or your well. Well, in their time, they get to live out 1,000,000 years, their whole life. But in my time, it'll take a second, you know. So the time is relative to you know, where you are. If you're in the new universe with SpongeBob, I want him to look a bit like SpongeBob, like the same, but more a bit human. Maybe with a square body and sort of spongy. Like you touch him, he's not flesh. He's sort of squishy and spongy, and he can absorb water and rinse himself out. And I think that'd be cool as a Christ. Just someone to make you laugh, you know. That's all you need really in life, someone to cheer you up. So what else can Jesus do? He cheered them all up. He gave them biscuits or fish or loaves. That's what he was doing a few magic tricks to make him feel happier. And so I got 9 minutes, so I might just finish off. So I think Earth will become a sphere of like Krypton will be a sphere of steel, and the layers will just become one hot sort of thing, like it's just steel. And above that, like it'll grow up in the atmosphere, and above that will be the natural world, which will be like that kind of ice planet looking thing, but inside of that is where nature lives. It'll be protected, won't be to the elements, it'll be more protected. So it'll look like Krypton, but it'll be a more protected planet. And then eventually we'll fly back to another Earth, I'd say. As Superman. I'll try and stick to the story. I don't mind that idea. Anyway.